to engaging all of us. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Bona Simon Olunga, for that brief introduction. Beatrice Wangeshi Mwangi.
Yes.
Right. Please respond to the question. Tell us about yourself, your name, cohort, what you do.
Okay, thank you very much. My name is Beatrice Wangeshi Mwangi. I am a member of Yali Cohort 11 and a member of Nairobi County Chapter. I am a real estate.
Kindly unmute yourself, please, Beatrice.
Yes.
All right.
Hello.
You are muted for a minute, for a second.
Yes. I was interrupted by a phone call. I'm sorry. I'm saying that I am a real estate agent and I'm vying for the participant engagement chair position. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you so much for that. We captured your county chapter and your cohort. All right, great. Thank you so much. Let's hear from Kiprono Tony. And it doesn't hurt to greet members. Kiprono Tony. Tony Kiprono. Oh, okay. So I mean, from Tony is not yet logged in. Let's hear from Alex Kiptorus. Alex Kiptorus. Okay, not yet logged in. Can we have Veronica Alo Okola? Right. Is Veronica in?
Now back.
Okay. Tony.
Hello.
All right. Talk to us.
Okay. Thanks so much for the opportunity. Hi everyone. My name is Tony Kiprono. I am a medical student at Jomo Kenyatta University, and currently I'm in my 5th year of study. And I am a recent graduate of Yali Cohort 40. My county chapter is Kiambu, led by one Caroline Munde. So I have an experience of over 3-4 years now in student engagement, and I have served distinguishably in our student association here at JKUSA, and I have always demonstrated the willingness to engage students in terms of the activities and also empowerment activities. And for everything I do, I believe in challenging the status quo by acting differently and seeing the opportunity in others. And I have an initiative which seeks to engage with the community on non-communicable diseases. And even as you can see, I'm on a lab coat, and this is what I passionately do in working with the community members in terms of health. So I look forward to a fruitful debate today. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you so much. Please, our contestants, when you are not speaking, just mute your microphone so that you can just have ample time to listen to whoever is speaking. All right, I can see Veronica is in now. Veronica?
Okay, hi everyone. My name is
Hi.
Veronica Okola. I'm from cohort 40. Hi.
Hi.
My name is Veronica Okola. I'm from cohort 40, and currently I'm running a program called Keep a Girl in School, where I give sanitary towels to the less unfortunate girls and mentorship in slums league. Currently, I'm measured in Kando Slums, Dagoretti Corner. I'm also running a program with Ministry of Health called Tujulishane, where we are campaigning on maternal health, family planning, and sexual gender-based violence. Yeah, I'm still new in Yali and learning of the funnels. I just graduated recently. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Veronica. I would ask you, while you're not speaking, try to adjust your gadget so that because at some point we were losing some words, so you could find a way of just adjusting it well, so that you are as clear as possible. And then let's hear from
Okay.
Francis Wahu Omsula.
Hi, Mr. Chairman and Mr. Douglas Ogutu. My name is Francis Wahu Omsula. I'm a member of, I'm alumni from cohort 41 and a member of Kakamega County chapter. What I do in terms of professionalism, I'm actually a teacher and I'm a part-time lecturer at Mount Kenya University, lecturing diploma students. In terms of maybe to do with leadership, I'm actually, I hold a lot of leadership positions, including the coordinator of the Peace First community that is in Sub-Saharan Africa. So I'm the coordinator in the Kenya chapter. I also various posts like the member or the chairman of Mount Kenya University alumni team and the coordinator of Butere constituency youth leaders. And also I am the Secretary General of Vijana Tukorada Mashinani movement that is hosted by the Kakamega County, is national, but in the Kakamega County chapter, Butere constituency. Thank you.
Okay, right. Thank you so much, Mr. Francis, for that introduction. I don't know if Sherin is settled now. Sherin?
Yes, I am.
All right, great.
Yeah, so my name is Sherin Omondi. I am from Kisumu chapter, cohort 35. I am a policy enthusiast. I love working with young people and especially taking children back to school. We foster continuous learning, informal education, and life skill development, where we connect all the children who feel they cannot finish their formal education into TVETs and village polytechnics and colleges, of course. So that is basically what I do in Kisumu. I'm also part of a youth organization called Kisumu Youth Caucus that deals with good governance in Kisumu County and and leadership among the young people.
Okay, thank you so much. That's appreciated. I can see our contestants are fully prepared for this, and let me take an early lead just to say I'm wishing you all the best, even as we do this debate. Okay, so we will move to the next question. We just have a few general questions, and then we'll have some which will be individual oriented. Now, if you are elected, you are going to be responsible to encourage and mobilize alumni to plug into various RLC and alumni chapter activities. How do you plan to go about this? And while at it, I want you to answer me, where do you see the chapter in 2 years' time? Where do you see the chapter in 2 years' time? Of course, in line with the post that you are going to hold. So I'll repeat again that how do you plan to go about encouraging and mobilizing alumni to plug into various RLC and alumni chapter activities? Where do you see the chapter in 2 years' time? And just thinking we are going to start with Sherin Omondi as we go back up to the first person who started. All right, let's go.
Okay, I'll just answer the first question quickly. One of my manifesto, I had 3 manifestos, and one of them was to ensure that there is a smooth transition from the center to their has taken you through the 1-month program. You're supposed to be able to back the center. So one of the things I'm going to do is ensure that I link them immediately. So what I will be doing is, because normally when we get into the chapter, there is always the registration, and then there's this one WhatsApp group that we are linked into. So the night before their graduation, they are directly linked into their chapters, so that they don't hang around and don't get to be part of their chapters. Just to answer the second question is, how do I see the chapter in the next 2 years' time? I believe that the US Embassy has done a very good work with teaching us most of the skills that some of us pay for a lot out here. And so what I see as an engagement, as participant engagement chair, hopefully, is that I will encourage more of the young people to invest their activities, their wisdom, and whatever they have into the chapters, because that will also help us, pay it forward. When I help you and help the other person is paying it forward. So if their RLC has helped us into getting all the skills for free, then we need to be paying it back in the community, because we believe not everyone can get to the, to the program. So yeah, I see the chapter also, I see county chapters at the top, because devolution, as part of good governance, is that devolution was brought down to us at the county levels. So that means that whatever you get from the national level, you're supposed to bring it down to the county level. So in the next 2 years, I look forward to strong chapters that are able to stand on their own and at least have, the American corner into every chapter, and that these chapters are able to get, all the things that they need from this particular chapters. Yes.
All right. Thank you so much, Sherin. The participants, you can hear Sherin is promising very strong chapters. So please note that down. Should she win, we will be able to hold her accountable. Let's listen to Francis Wahu Omsula.
Thank you so much.
Francis, are you there?
Yes, I'm there. You can hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, right. Let me go first to the first question. The first question, how I will be able to mobilize the alumni chapter. I would like to respond by saying that mobilization of the alumni chapter depends on the communication. So communication is the key. So what I will be able to do to be able to reach out and mobilize the alumni chapter is that, first of all, before these alumni are able to graduate from their various cohorts, there is need. There is need for all of us to be held accountable. There is need for the partnership. There is need for participant engagement chair to come up with a list of contacts of all the alumni of all the cohorts. So what this person is supposed to do, or what I'm supposed to do, I will ensure that after each and every graduation, I reach out to every alumni in person through contact. That what do I mean? I mean that I am able to call this person, or I am able to send a text to this person and be able to issue this person with how he or she is going to link up with his or her alumni chapter. That is by reaching out to him through his or her county alumni chair. So, you know, in most cases, people would prefer WhatsApp group, but let it be known that not everybody is on WhatsApp group. So sometimes it becomes very difficult to reach out all the people because there are people who do not prefer social media. So if that is the case, then why can't we have their numbers and then we have to reach them through SMS or direct calls so that we can mobilize strong alumni? Because you realize that people graduate surely. There are so many graduates from various cohorts each and every year. But when you go to alumni chapters, you realize that there is low mobilization, and therefore, many people have not yet joined their various alumni chapters. So the reason I say that it calls for a good leader to come up with strategies to be able to reach out these cohort. I'll respond to question number 2. That is where I see the alumni chapter in 2 years. In 2 years' time, I see the alumni chapter as a family of love, a very big family, because I would have through your votes, I will be able to mobilize a big chapter, and therefore, in 2 years' time, the alumni chapter will be big. We shall have a lot of members, and they will be doing a lot of activities, outreach, and they will be able to sell the Yali name to the larger country. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Francis. Just remember, contestants, please go straight to the point and just be as precise and concise as possible so that we can have all of us talking. Let's hear from Veronica Allo. Just in case you forgot the question, if elected, you are going to be responsible for encouraging and mobilizing alumni to plug into the various RLC and alumni chapter activities. How do you plan to go about this? And what is your vision for the early alumni chapter in 2 years' time?
Okay, thank you. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to respond to this. Okay, as the participant engagement chairperson, I intend to collaborate with the chairperson of national resource mobilization when we are organizing the events, and make sure that everybody is aware of the activities that are being carried out. I also intend to make the groups active and also include the newly graduated. For example, myself, I'll give an example with myself. I was not aware of the chapters until I got into the election process. So as the participant engagement chair, I'll make sure that those who are newly graduated are aware of their chapters and the processes for joining their chapters and the activities that are involved in the chapters and how they can take part in the chapter activities. Yeah. Then in 2 years, I foresee a chapter as the participant engagement chair. I foresee like a strong chapter where everybody who has newly graduated is connected to, let's say, in the chapter, in alumni, we have different persons who are in different areas. Some of them are in advanced careers, and some of us are amateurs. I'd also connect them to, I try to connect those who just graduated to those who are already in the system. Yeah, thank you.
All right, thank you so much for your precise answer. and all the best. I'm not sure if Alex Kitorus managed to log in. Please, if you did, you can just send a text so that we know you are here. We don't wish to lock anyone out. Kiprono, Tony, speak to us. Tony? Okay. So we'll move to Beatrice Wangeshi Mwangi. I don't know if Kiprono got a patient or something. He had a lab coat. So Beatrice Wangeshi, please talk to us.
Okay, thank you very much for the opportunity. Now, the question had two parts. I will start with the first part where you asked, if elected, how I plan to mobilize participants to engage in activities. And I have a couple of strategies that
are you able to turn your video on, please?
My video is not on. I can see myself. Can you see me?
Okay.
Can you see me?
Not yet. But just proceed. Just proceed.
My video is on.
Okay, just proceed. It could be an issue with the network. It's okay. It's okay.
Network. Okay. Okay, I'm saying that I have summarized a couple of strategies that I believe are winning strategies for mobilizing members. First of all, I'll work with cohort leads and county chapter leads. The current situation, maybe with our cohort 11, we don't have a leadership structure where we know that this is the cohort lead, that the officials of YALI. So under my leadership, I'm going to have cohort leads and county chapter. They are already county chapter leads. Those are the first people who I will communicate with, because communicating with these people, they're able to reach out to the other members within their groups. The third strategy I will use is using existing social media platforms that we have. We have various WhatsApp groups, we have various Telegram groups where members are, and that will be a key strategy for me to continue using them. Also, the existing database of contact leaders, those members that they are able to reach out to is another thing that there is another tool that I will use to be able to mobilize. Lastly, I believe that key motivating attendance points to participate, if they are able to be recognized in other activities, it will motivate them and motivate other members to continue. And after awarding of these points, I will also introduce things like awards and recognitions for various counties, cohorts, and individuals who are able to participate within the yearly alumni activities. Then on to the second part, where you asked in 2 years' time, where I see the chapter. So my vision for 2 years, which includes me having led them, as the participant engagement chair, includes a strong alumni body that actually has registered members. I know you'll find it funny, and we went through years as alumni, and actually register and show will help us know how our impact as yearly alumni, not just assuming that because somebody graduated, they are active alumni members. So I see a strong body with registered members, and also registration will help, because at this point we can be able to also get some funds for the alumni body. If we say, for example, members to pay 1,000 shillings per year, or even going much lower to 100 shillings, that little money collected is going to help us to be able to run some activities as yearly alumni, maybe a communication token or everything. So the first thing is I see a strong body with registered members. I also see a strong yearly alumni with regular meetings. What I know, my experience having been an alumni for the period, I became an alumni in 2016 after I graduated. That is, I've been active throughout. What I know is that we don't have regular meetings as a group. I stand to be corrected, but I cannot tell for sure that every first Monday, every month at the end of the month that we have a meeting, or after every 2 months we have a meeting where we come together as yearly alumni. Right now we have platforms like Zoom that can enable that. I don't know how we are going to do it, but I believe that given the opportunity, I can be able to institute regular meetings, because it's through meetings that we are able to actually know that we will be able to come together and talk our issues out, not just activities. I'm talking of meetings with agendas and meetings.
Thank you.
Yes. Then last, sorry, let me just finish quickly. I also see, pardon, I also see Ayali alumni. I'm passionate about this, I'm sorry. I'm saying the last point on 2 years' time, apart from registered members and having regular meetings, I see Ayali alumni with people, alumni who have been recognized for what they are doing post-yearly, and because of that, people will be engaged as cohorts and as county chapters. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Beatrice, for that elaborate answer. I heard you mention awards. If time allows, you'll share with us your budget for the same, and so that we see if it is feasible or not feasible. All right, let's listen to Simon Odhiambo Olunga.
Okay.
Yes, thank you so much, Douglas. I hope I'm clear enough now.
Yes, yes.
Douglas. So allow me to, I didn't get the question, so kindly allow me to take you back a bit.
If elected, you will be responsible for encouraging and mobilizing alumni to plug into various yearly RLC and alumni chapter activities. How do you plan to go about this? 2, where do you see the alumni chapter in 2 years? How do you plan to go about this? That means encouraging and mobilizing alumni to plug into various chapter activities. How do you plan to go about this? And where do you see the chapter in 2 years?
Okay, thank you so much for the question. When elected, you have asked on how I plan to engage the alumni. Number one, our alumni are from different sectors. We have lawyers, and from a wide range of sectors. We have alumni from each and every sector. So number one, my intention, number one, is to create communities of alumni. I would wish to see in my plan that we have communities online, since now we are in the season of COVID, so a lot of events will be limited to online interactions. So number one, I will need to have online activity, communities of alumni in terms of doctors coming together, lawyers coming together, and pursuing their goals. And when the guidelines and the containment measures are lifted, we will be able now to see how actually we can be able to actualize this to physical meetings, where we are able to coordinate the alumni. We are able to develop from counties coming upwards to the community, to the country chapter. And on the question number 2, in the next 2 years, where do I see, where do I look forward to see the alumni chapter? I intend to see us having grown more and now being able to even interact and grow our initiatives, even not only inside our nation as Kenya, but also we are able to interact with other alumni across other country chapters, and also from the other three RLC centers in Africa. So that is my bigger picture, and that is my vision. And I know with passion, dedication, and we will be able to achieve all of this. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Bona Simon, for that elaborate answer. Let's hear from Samuel Njogu. How do you plan to go about encouraging and mobilizing alumni? And two, where do you see YALI alumni chapter in 2 years? Samuel.
Thank you. Hope you can be able to hear me well as you are seeing me. Go straight to the first question. I think the big question that I have right now is, and the question that I'll bring all the alumni at the table to ask ourselves is, when we graduated from the chapter, we had a goal of where I would like to be as a YALI alumni. And the question should be, are we already there or are we heading there? And if not, why? That's a question that I can't answer by myself unless I bring all alumni together, personally or individually, listen to their views and their ideas, bring all those ideas together for a discussion, and find where exactly do we lose the focus, then find ways that we can be back on the track. I believe there are so many challenges that we're experiencing, and I was even sharing to one of the participants, and we are saying even the lack of communication, lack of direct engagement, the oneness in the community, in the team. Those are the factors that are making our alumni weak. And the only way that it can help, the only way we can be able to address that is by involving them directly, bringing them on the table, and asking them to help us as a team to reach our goal. And the second question is how I want to see the alumni in the next 2 years. For me, I foresee whereby I see the chapter strong, empowered, members who are spiritually, emotionally, socially okay and strong to serve the community, to advocate for equity, and even to raise a voice to the larger community. Thank you.
All right, great. So we had one contestant who had missed his time, so we will allow him to speak. Tony Rono.
Thank you so much for your question. I actually first to appreciate my fellow colleagues who are vying for the same position, because they have very brilliant ideas, and this is the energy that we look forward to as people who are vying for that particular position. To answer the first question on how the strategies to mobilize alumni for activities, currently, even before I get to office, I have started designing a particular document, which is like a roadmap of the participant engagement committee. It's like a 30-page document that I'm coming up about, which would contain the experiences from the previous participant engagement chairpersons, and also the cohort leads, and also the county chapters, the chairpersons. My other name is Papa Engagement, and that is what I believe in, because I cannot do this by myself. I will have to involve the entire YALI alumni so that we can all together come up with a cohesive way of mobilizing them to participate in the communities, because you realize that it is not about you, but it's about the alumni. To answer the second question of where do I see the chapter 2 years from now? So fast forward 2 years from now, I would actually, that's a very long, I have a very long answer about it, but to summarize, I would do a survey just before we start the tenure, then do a survey at the end of the tenure, and the results and the data of that particular study, or that study would itself communicate what we have done as to engage the Yali alumni. So those are the points that I had. Thank you so much.
All right. Round of applause to all of you for answering the question. And now we are at that section where I'm going to be asking a question from individuals. And this question is just curated for you. But again, if someone from the panelists, that is the contestant, if you have a point you want to maybe give a comment on, or something you will want to beef it up, you can just let me know. Of course, I'll be asking after that. So it's in no particular order. It's just choosing your names randomly. And I would want to start with Francis Wahu Omsula. We are in an era where we have realized, or we have come to senses, that persons with disability should not be left out just because of how they are. And so I want you to give me some plan of how you intend to engage, or rather to ensure that even persons with disability are also fully participating in the activities. They are active members, they are participating, and they are also known. So Wahu.
Thank you so much for the question. I would like to say this, that first of all, let me say that I am a teacher and I am specialized in special needs, sign language. And I know that the world that we live in today, we advocate for equality of opportunities for all people, irrespective of their disabilities. So what am I going to do to ensure that they are not left out is this, that in each and every cohort, we need to have a representative for the disabled. What is the function of this person? This person will be able to coordinate all people with disabilities, and through the resource and mobilization chairperson, we can be able to be providing means for these people to attend the meeting of the early cohorts, the early alumni, and we can also be able to get some finances to finance their communication and ensure that everything that their cohort does, or everything that the alumni does, we have them represented fully. And that is the reason I say that there is a need for even the early team to have this seat come on board. Let them also bring about a seat whereby it shall only be preserved for people with disabilities, so that they cannot feel left out in when elections occurs, or they do not really feel left out when as far as the early team is concerned. Thank you.
Okay, you just ignited something from your explanation, especially your last paragraph. You are saying that in future you would want to see where we have a seat for PWD. I don't know if it's very wise how you think about it. What if we have a situation where the persons living with disability, please someone mute, make sure you're on mute if you're not speaking. Don't you think it's better if we have a free space where someone living with disability doesn't fear going for, let's say, a chairman position or going for any post? Because if we have a seat especially for them, don't you think it's still showing that, hey, you are different, so we have your seat here? What are your thoughts on that?
Thank you so much. The reason I said my first point was that we need to have we need to work hand in hand with the resource mobilization chair to ensure that these people are provided with means to attend maybe alumni chapter activities and be able to attend the alumni functions and the communication is clear to them. What I meant by saying that we need to have a seat preserved for them is that this seat, from what I believe in, is that these people, yes, they have potential and they are all human beings and we are all equal and they have potential of vying for all the seats. But what I meant is that in each and every election, after elections are over, we, as the people who have been elected, we sit down and see among us who have been elected, do we have somebody who are going to represent this? If there is no somebody to represent the disabled, then we bring up the seat and we nominate one person with disability so that they are able to feel loved, they are able to feel they are part of the alumni team. And yes,
Okay.
yeah, that
Thank
is
you.
what I meant. Yes.
Thank you so much for your elaborate answer. Let's listen to Veronica. Now, Veronica Allo, at one point in your introduction, you said you were not aware of the chapters that exist until the election. I'm just asking, do you feel ready for this post? Why do you think you are ready for this post? Veronica, are you there? Veronica? All right. Okay, if she's not there, maybe we'll wait for her to come in and answer. Let me talk to Sherin. It's been quite a while. You are a member of cohort 35. Can you share with us some of the things that you have made, or rather that have made your cohort to be active? And if it's not active, why do you think it's not active? Start with telling me how many members are in your cohort 35.
From Kenya or from my cohort?
Kenya. We are dealing with Kenya.
Okay.
Yes.
Honestly, I do not know how many members we have from my cohort Kenya, but I have a personal relationship with most, if not all. They can attest. I was very active during my stay at the center, was able to, mingle with them, and not only in my public management, which is what I did. And we were part of the team that were the committee that used to organize birthdays for our staff, yearly staff, but birthdays for the members in my cohort. I don't remember the first question. Kindly bring it up again, kindly.
I was asking, it's like you are sharing with us how active your cohort members are, and if they are not active, why do you think they are not?
I would say that this is a conversation I've probably had with some of them. They might not be active as a group, but they are active as individuals and in their communities, because one of our very active member is the lady who is in who is doing Nivishe, who owns Nivishe, and we've seen what she has been doing. So I would say a lot of people in my team are doing a lot of things, especially from my cohort. We have L'Afrique Kenya, which is a group. The owner of L'Afrique Kenya, which is a dance group, was from our cohort, and we've seen what he's been doing even after we had left the cohort. So I believe that my cohort has really been active in the community, because that is why we went to Yali, to get more skills, so that when we get to the community, we are able to change the lives of so many people. In my chapter county, which is in Kisumu County, I want to say we've had a very active chapter at the county level. And I think we stopped at some point because of some leadership issues, because our cohort is, the Kisumu chapter is not only meant for Yali alumni, RLC, but it's the whole Yali network. So of course, there would be a few things here and there, and we have also incorporated the Mandela Washington Fellows into our Yali WhatsApp group Kisumu chapter, because we've tried to bring everyone on board who is benefiting from any program from the US Embassy. We've been very active. I've been able to help in mobilizing resources when we are doing county chapter activities. We've been able to plant a lot of trees in schools, and this was through the help of county officials. And that is why I said, as the hopefully participant engagement chair, will be able to, penetrate into the counties and be able to look for sustainable support, and also use the existing structures to make sure that county chapters are able to, get resources from their counties, because these are resources that are supposed to be given to the young people.
Okay. On to you, Kiprono. Tony. Are you there?
Yes.
All right, great. Now, I just want you to tell me, first of all, mention 2 set skills that you think are very much related to this post, and they are making you competent. Don't explain them, just mention the 2 skill set that you have. And then, this is a personal view. Sometimes most of the alumni who come out of the center and remain active, or we continue to see their impact, are those already who had maybe initiatives, or they were vocal at their workplace or in the civic engagement before Yali. Unfortunately, those who go there before they are maybe in the community active, they still remain that way. What's your outreach plan? So I just need 2 answers, two responses on the skill set, and a brief explanation on your reach out plan.
Thank you so much for your question. Firstly, about the 2 skills, one is strategy, and secondly is timely and effective communication. Those are the 2. For the question about reach out plan to the members who maybe didn't have initiatives, I look forward to having a follow-up plan to to map the alumni, whatever they are doing on the ground, and whatever they have achieved and what they have not. And from there, we can be able to devise a mechanism to be able to assist the alumni that maybe are not engaged actively. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, and thank you for honoring that time. That was very precise, and we really appreciate that. Let's move to Beatrice. You promised quite, a heaven on earth. And I just want to find out, what's your budget like? Where are you going to get the resources to award people? Or your awards are going to be virtual? What's the plan? What's the game plan? Tell us.
Okay, thank you so much. Maybe I'll start correcting you. I didn't promise heaven and earth, because whatever I said is something that has been tried and tested and is being done. Yali is not the only alumni association that I am part of. Let me just say I am part of the Old Starelian Society, which is also an alumni association for my high school. And these are things that I have seen them implement. When it comes to awarding of members, recently I was awarded life membership in the group. Why? Because I was part of the Mount Kenya expedition group that raised 5 million Kenya shillings to help in scholarships for students. So there are various awards that people get. I'm also a member of the Institution of Surveyors of Kenya, and what I know is that active members are able to get recommendation letters when they request them. These recommendations are usually maybe somebody wants to be considered for maybe a scholarship award for masters, they want to be considered for a job. These are awards that are very simple. The other form of award that I have seen put in place is trophies. For example, when I talk about going for competitions, maybe as cohorts and county chapters, a trophy is something that is, you go to Nairobi, maybe Sports House, which is where I usually see trophies being sold. I believe that is a very small budget for us as alumni, if at all we can be organized. And that is what I'm saying, that we can be able to raise funds by strategies such as having registering members. They chip in maybe a little funds, even if it is just 100 shillings per month, and for those who are members. And also another strategy, we can have events where we also invite other stakeholders. In my cohort, for example, we organized Kibera Paint Drive. Twice, actually, 2 years. And this is something that will surprise you, is that we did not break the bank to do this. People raised their money individually. We were able to liaise with our various cohorts. People within our cohorts went and even spoke to their organizations. We got people to donate for us, even paint. Like working together with the other alumni, you find that some of these things are very easy to actually come by.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that elaborate explanation. Yeah. And for me, it looked like heaven on earth. And we are hoping to see that. And we are wishing you the best. Let's talk to Samuel Njogu.
Thank you.
Alumni do not, or most of the alumni do not submit reports for what they are doing. How are you planning to encourage this? Because it's only through submitting reports or posting something that you do that we are able to know that you are existing or doing something in this era of digital communication. So, Bwana Samuel Njogu, what's your game plan in ensuring this happens?
So to repeat the question, I logged out by mistake. I'm back. Yeah.
Okay. Alumni do not submit reports, or most of the alumni do not submit reports, or do not even talk about what they are doing. So the question is, do you have a game plan for this to encourage alumni to submit reports? And of course, so that we can, talk about them on social media and even encourage them, and even get, the people we can award, like what Beatrice is saying. So if people are not submitting reports, we find ourselves maybe awarding people, the same people every now and then. So what's your game plan, boss?
Okay, responding to your question, I think the reason why alumni don't really submit their reports is simply a lack of two things. One, follow-up, and two, motivation. Because maybe when I speak about motivation, maybe they ask themselves, why do I submit? Furthermore, what do I gain? Oh, despite of the hassle to file my report, to send by email, and then receive the receipt was received. What I gain at the big what's the value that I gain from that? And I think the best way to ensure that alumni submit their report is having a strategy whereby there is a get back after you submit your report. For example, let's say people we ask alumni to give the report of their projects. And maybe we say we are going to mobilize the alumni chapter, the 1,500 alumni, to either discuss their project or their report, share idea about their report, and even maybe use social media to boost their project at the same time. Someone will feel encouraged saying, oh, if they can know my project of XYZ and they like the project, then it can be discussed. I can get more idea on how I can better this project. It can also be featured on the social media. Again, this will give my project visibility. You see, by so doing, they get a good reason why they need to submit their reports. And number two, we talk about the follow-up. Trust you me, for example, I've never received a communication from Kiambu chapter. Furthermore, I was added just the other day. Reason I don't know. But you see, that means there was no follow-up. And the difference between a leader and a follower, again, is an attitude. And I might have a different attitude that's different from my follower. And you see, it's my responsibility and commitment to make a follow-up, to make a discussion with people whom are leading, that is alumni. So I think follow-up is very much important. And it's a core duty for every leader to ensure that not just use the WhatsApp group, because sometimes it's overcrowded with chats, but
Hello.
Doing moment, and oh, can we see your project, or can you have a vision, submit their reports. They'll see the need to let their report out.
All right, thank you so much, Juan Samuel. Thank you for that elaborate answer on the issue of motivation. I like that. Motivate them to say something. I can see your hand, Beatrice, but please allow me to finish with this question. I don't know if Veronica came back, if she came back to finish her question, but before that, Simon Odhiambo Olunga, I want you to mention to us 3 top-most strategies. I'm sure maybe you might have hinted them in your earlier explanation, but what are your 3 topmost strategies to ensure that alumni are fully engaged? Because this is a participant engagement post. So what is your strategy? Just 3 of them. Give us the 3 and then I'll be good to hear them.
Okay, thank you for the question. The 3 strategies, before I speak of that, or rather I will speak of them even in retaliating, in really laying out whatever I've been able to do for the chapter. And I've been part of organizing for a lot of alumni social activities, and I've even led the sessions a lot of times. And the photos are there, and the reports and the records are always there for anyone who intends to see. And I usually post them in our WhatsApp groups. And one of the strategies I plan to do is to engage the alumni continuously through meetings. Especially this I've spoken about in my manifesto, where I mentioned that I will set to organize at least at least 2 meetings in a space of 2 months with the county leads of our different county chapters, so that we are able to reach alumni right at their counties. and to be able to get their stories, and also look on ways on how we can amplify them using the various media platforms that are exposed to us. And also, I've also been able to, another strategy I intend to continue on is one that we have been able to do even with the current team and the previous country chapter, where we mobilize for Yali Mashinani tours, where we are able to visit alumni at their counties. I'm so passionate about counties because, you know, if the counties can work, we need to make the necessary steps to make the county chapters work. Because if it works, then the greater alumni chapter becomes more vibrant, and we are able to do a lot of things. And the other strategy is we need to be able to be very intentional about our reporting of alumni stories. For us to be exceptional about this, we need to be intentional. And if we are looking forward to make a new contribution in this sector of reporting alumni stories, then we have to make a new preparation as alumni. And I intend to lead that process to really encourage alumni that we have a stake in one another. This is not a competition of any sort.
Okay, thank you so much.
We are here to build each nation. Okay, thank you, thank you.
Right. Asante sana Bwana Simon Odhiambo Olunga, and we appreciate your strategies and your thoughts. So we hope our participants, or rather the voters, will be able to look at that, and we hope you'll convince them to vote for you. Well, Beatrice, you had something to say, but before that, I would want to encourage all the participants. You can post a question in the question Q&A section so that we can respond to the question. Right, so let's have Beatrice.
Okay.
You want to say something?
I wanted to actually add on to the question that you asked about alumni giving reports, how we can get them to reports. And I just wanted to tell you that I had captured that as part of my key agenda, where I named it as appraisals. And what I believe is that we as alumni should be able to appraise ourselves. Like, since I joined early, have I been able to implement what we were taught in early? How is my business doing? How is my career progression post-early? How am I practicing leadership out there? And also, we should be able to track, how are we engaging in early activities? Are we participating in events, webinars? Are we even creating webinars for alumni and teaching them? So I believe that we can be able to motivate members to do that by creating a simple form, where we call it the alumni appraisal form, which you can fill maybe quarterly, so that we can be able to look at our progress. And also through the work of cohort leads and chapter leads, because they know that they will be awarded points for these, they will be able to go to their members and push them to actually respond to these. And that way we can be able to track individual efforts and also group efforts, the group being that is the early alumni. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for that. You have mentioned something very important for any organization, and that is appraisal. And we appreciate that. All right, for
We seem to have lost our moderator. That's Douglas. I think he's having a network challenge. Poleni sana. We were coming to a close, right? I think we were responding to the Q&A that some of the questions have already been answered. The last one that was pending, my question to all the contestants is, what framework will they use to ensure that effective engagement from entire country inclusion? And I think that has actually been answered by most of the candidates. So I can see Douglas is logging back in. As he does that, welcome back, Douglas. We lost you for a moment. It's now 5:30. What I would propose is for the candidates, each one of you can prepare like a 1-minute closing pitch. What are your last remarks to the people who will be voting? What should they remember about you from this debate? So in exactly 1 minute, tell us why you think you are the best candidate for this job and basically make your closing pitch or closing remarks. We will go by alphabetical order on my screen, starting from Beatrice, then Kiprono, Samuel, Simon, Francis, and Sherin in that order. So over to you, Beatrice.
Well, Yali alumni, this is Beatrice, and I'm seeking your votes for the participant engagement chair position. I believe that I have the skills, the energy, the enthusiasm, the experience that it takes to lead this able body of Yali alumni. I have been actively engaged in my cohort 11. I'm shouting out to them wherever they are, and Nairobi County chapter. Due to this, I believe that among all the participants, I am the longest serving alumni. And this places me better to be able to understand the early alumni group and how to lead them. My key agenda, given this opportunity, will be working with every cohort and county chapter to register alumni, introducing regular meeting times for all alumni, keeping a record of, we should be able to record your participation levels and award them also. And through this, I believe that in 2 years' time, yearly alumni will not be the same. And I commit myself and give all my availability to you guys. Vote me in on 7th and 8th of April. Thank you.
Thank you, Beatrice. You've done really well to keep time. Tony, over to you. Please be as brief as well.
Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tony Kiprono, and I have a vision. I have a vision of taking the yearly participants engagement committee to the next level. And I believe that with a strong engagement mechanism, that we can make a huge difference. And I believe that I have the adequate knowledge and experience to be able to lead you as your participant engagement committee. And the name Papa Engagement that I was given, it's a signal already that we are in the mood of working. And if granted the opportunity, I will maximize on my experience, my networks, and the alumni structures towards executing my constitutional mandate and promoting progress, inclusivity, and timely and effective communication. Ultimately, I do commit my time to YALI as a priority, and I will be fully dedicated to executing all my duties required of me, should you vote for me. So I do therefore look forward to your support. Please vote for Tony Kiprono, and please vote for change. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much for that, Mr. Tony. Chair, Which order are we using for this? How do you say alphabetic? Yeah?
Yes, we should now be going to
Okay.
Samuel.
Okay. Samuel Jogu, please give us your parting shot.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you to all alumni. In order to safeguard your welfare, kindly vote Samuel Jogu. For oneness and continuity, kindly vote Samuel Jogu. For commitment and responsibility, vote Samuel Jogu. For servant leadership, I'm here for you. This is for you. Your vote is my promise, and you have seen my manifesto, and I'm committed to make sure it's done. We can do it. We have the capacity, the ability, the strength, and the spirit to make Yale alumni great and greater for all. Thank you very much.
Right. Thank you so much, Samuel Jogu, and we wish you all the best. Let's hear from Sherin, your parting shot.
I want to ask the Yali alumni for their support and their votes from every of the chapters and cohorts come the 8th, the 7th and the 8th, because I'm looking forward to extending whatever their leaders have been doing, where they have missed a little bit. I'll be able to be the gap in bridging that. I'm also looking forward to, working with the county, all county chapters, hopefully if I win, all county chapters, and be the bridge between the county chapters and the country coordinators to ensure that the Yali alumni are able to get all the resources that they need in terms of grants and all that pertains to what the Yali alumni need. So I'm looking forward to their vote, and I'm looking forward to their support.
Okay, thank you so much, and we hope for the best, and we wish you all the best in your endeavor to become the chair in that respect. Okay, Bwana Simon Odhiambo Olunga.
Yeah, thank you. My message to the alumni is one. You have known me you have seen my work with the Nairobi County chapter. The information sessions that I've been part of, I've organized and moderated, and you have seen my leadership all through. And now is the time to show this by vote. I wish to invite all alumni on the 7th to
Hello, Bwana Simon. The audio is disrupted a little bit. Simon, if you can hear me. We lost you. Okay. Hopefully we'll be back, but we are just running on the last minutes. I don't know if Veronica came back. Veronica, it's like we lost her also that way. So Warawahu Francis Omsula.
Thank you so much. May I take this time to, first of all, thank you, Mr. Douglas, for hosting us, and the chair of Yali Alumni for this great opportunity for us to be able to showcase what we have for the alumni chapter. My last word to the alumni chapter is number one, I would really like to request for their vote, to humbly tell them that come on 7th and 8th, let their vote count. It is an e-vote. Let your vote count. So for alumni chapter mobilization, vote in for Francis Waho. For cohort champions engagement, vote in Francis Waho. For tracking of alumni engagement and the outreach and award tracking and recognition, voting for Francis Waho. For coordination of the alumni magazine and alumni stories, voting for Francis Waho. And for job and internship linkages and creation of professional meetings voting for Francis Wahu. It is your vote that will make Francis Wahu to do what the good ideas he has. And then my last word to all the people we are competing with and all the people we are looking for this seat with is that let us, after election, we of course need to remain as one team, and the person who will win, let us all of us come together and support the person who will win, and incorporate our ideas together so that we can make our Yali team strong. So to all alumni voting for Francis Wahu, thank you.
Right. Thank you so much, Bona Francis Wahu. And from my end, and to all of you, especially the contestant, I want to wish you the very best. But saying this is a phase of election, we still need you after the election, whether you are the chair or not, because I've seen the enthusiasm here, and that enthusiasm is what the participant engagement chair will require, because you guys, all of you are very vibrant, and I've seen the passion for Yali in you. So please, we need you in that docket, and you might even participate because you are guys who are also good at communication. So find yourself in all these other committees. Even those who say they were not aware of the chapters, please be active in those chapters. This is just a phase. Being a leader doesn't mean that others are not doing anything. It's just that for some direction, for some organization, we need at least someone who can answer on our behalf. So I wish you all the best, and please remain active. Let us remain to be friends and all that. So from my end, I will say goodbye, and I want to pass my thank you note to the alumni chapter and the chairman and all his team for giving me this opportunity to be able to listen to these great minds and even interview them. God bless you. Over to you, Bwana Chair.
Thank you so much, Douglas. That was a very well moderated debate. Thank you to all the panelists. We've really enjoyed hearing your visions, your perspectives, and your pitches on what you will be elected into office. Have a great evening. Let's continue to engage, and all the best in the coming elections. Asanteni sana.